Hello, welcome to my channel. Yeah, I realize I'm in my Menards sassy polo that I've been in for a few videos. And also half pajamas because I just didn't feel like changing all the way, just like partly. And I got Dr. Seuss socks. Hello. Because let's see what they say. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Perfect. I love the Grinch. Absolutely love the Grinch. Don't mind my background. I didn't make sure it was perfect. I got a ponytail back there just in case I get annoyed at my hair because I just got out of work, and usually, you know, when buns goes up, you're like, I'm done with the day. Because when I'm done at work, I usually have a messy bun by the end of the day. I'm like, all right, I'm sick of people. I'm sick of being nice. I'm sick of weirdos. So speaking of weirdos and Menards, last week I had this guy. He had to be like higher than the Death Star or one of the fighter jets because holy crap, he just kept like looking at me like wide-eyed, and his eyes were as red as like that fire over there, which is not red, it's more like orange, but his eyes were flipping like really bloodshot, and he was either high or drunk, I don't know, but he was hilarious because he just kept saying, yeah, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like a teenager kind of, but also like someone that you know is like not quite on your level. He's just like somewhere else in another dimension of brainwaves, and I can say that because I'm one of the people that are probably off in another dimension to all the smart people. But this dude was even like woohoo more than me because I could sense it. And I was just like, yes, I know what you mean, like for the 50th time. And his order took forever, or whatever you want to say, the checkout process, the return process took forever because it was like, I don't have a receipt for this, and I do have a receipt for this. He's like, yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, so I have like 5 of these and 10 of these, like, you know what I mean? And then he didn't have a receipt for these 2 like lights, and he was just like, so actually, I don't want to return these anymore. I think I'm gonna keep them for myself. And like, I think I'm like, can you just like write down how much they're worth, and so I can tell the customer, and then I can like totally buy them for them. And and it's like, you know what they do? They're like, you can hook them to your phone and like see everything in your house. Like, we should totally I should get these for my phone. And they're like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and I can just look at whatever, and they just sense all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, calm down for one thing. These look like you've had them for 6 months. I don't know why you're bringing them to me and then finally gonna buy them from the guest. You should have just like bought them, like figured this out between y'all, like however much they spent, like just buy them back, whatever. You don't need me for that. And yeah, he was just super awkward and like, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, you're acting like I act, like on like a glass of wine or something. Like, oh my god, he was interesting. So, anyways, next thing, nothing to do with Menards, but do you ever just get like the most angry, like the most angry when you like hurt yourself? Because I mean, having these glasses on, like that's when I get like the most, like the instant angry reaction is when I hurt myself, because I was just like swearing at a ladder today because it hurt me and it was like my own fault, and then you just like instantly get embarrassed because you just hurt yourself in front of yourself, and you're thinking like, oh my god, I hope no one saw that. Because that's what I do. I like bump it, like when I bump my face on like a door or cabinet door, I'm like putting a dish away and I'm like bam, because I don't realize like how far out these go. Normally through videos I like just take them off because who needs to see while they're doing a video, right? You just kind of like look towards the camera and hope your eyeballs meet that little dot that you're supposed to look in, otherwise it's awkward because you're like, hey guys, how's it going? And so people do that like on a live, like, hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And it looks so stupid because you're not like actually making eye contact, but whatever. So that's how I get the most mad at myself. It's when I run my face into a door with my glasses and it hurts so bad, and you can't actually be mad at anyone but yourself. You're like, you stupid cabinet, you dumb, stupid cabinet, why are you even there? Like, why are you so big? Why are you in my way? And then, especially when I stub my toe. If I stub my toe, I will like curse at the bed and think like, why do we have this big of a bed? We don't need this. Like, can we just have like a mattress on the floor so there's no toe stubbing? Or, you know, can this cabinet like be not as obnoxiously like big in my face? Because this is dumb. Like, my glasses were there and like the cabinet got in the way. And yeah, it's super annoying. I don't know if you're like me, but I get really mad at myself for being so dumb that I don't know my own whatever radius my head to the cabinet, and I can't figure out how to like not hit my head on stuff, Or I do it all. The worst is when you're like standing up really quick because you don't realize like the cabinet door's open, or you don't realize you're like underneath a desk or something, and you just wham your head so hard that you think you're gonna pass out, and then like it really ticks you off because you're like, how can I be that dumb? I should know like the speed in which I should gather myself up, you know, but no, you don't. And then you whack yourself, and then you like looking for someone to be mad at, but no, it's yourself. So then you get extra mad because it's yourself, so you don't have to feel bad that you overreact at them. It's like you don't even have to say sorry. You're just like, screw you, man. You and your stupid big head getting up too fast. Which brings me to, you know, the Johnny Depp video where he's like slamming cupboards, and it's like the only quote unquote maybe violent thing that Amber actually caught him at. Like all the other stuff, like name calling, whatever, like she pretty much deserved whatever he said. And most of the stuff like was hilarious that he said anyways. And like most of us normal people know that when you're texting like about somebody, you're more likely going to be like, screw that B and blah blah blah, and you're just gonna say a bunch of crap. Cause like especially girls, like we gossip and we talk crap about people all the time. So like don't look at my text messages, cause like when you're mad you vent out, and so like if he's just mad and he's like venting to his friend, calling her all kinds of names, but he never actually like called her that many bad names, like whatever. I don't know. I'm just excusing bad behavior, but he probably, I'm like thinking of that video, the cabinet video. Everybody saw it, TMZ had it, whatever, but then like the real actual version was in court, and you can see him, you know, like opening the cupboards, and then like he's mad and he's just like whapping the like cupboard away. And to me, I'm thinking like he probably just hurt his flipping middle finger that got lobbed off by this witch over here in the corner recording him, and he's probably like ticked off because he bumped it. It probably hurts like heck, because not only did he get his finger cut off, it got infected twice. Infected with MRSA twice, I believe. I could be wrong, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it got infected at least once, possibly twice, and I don't know if it was the same thing, but he's definitely had MRSA. So, you know, this flesh-eating disease, basically, or virus, whatever you want to call it. And so could you imagine, like, I get so mad, like, I get mad, I want to beat up a cupboard too when I, like, stub my face on a cupboard because I don't realize how big my glasses are that day, and I don't, you know, like, I don't take into consideration how wide my face is on any given day when I'm, like, doing the dishes, and I'm like, oh, God, man, or, like, I'm doing a little laundry, and I, like, whack my face on the door of the washer or dryer, and it's like, how stupid can you be to not take in the fact that I'm like this wide or whatever, or like hit my hip on something. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize like I needed to like suck it in this way, but that's impossible, so I hit myself. So I'm just picturing Johnny like stubbing his middle finger that he got lobbed off by this jerk over here in the corner, and he's just ticked, you know, and like that's like you get the most mad. And then she comes in here like acting like one of my children, you know, the kind of children that come into the room after they had just left the room. They saw the scene happening, and then they like might even be a part of like the problem of the scene that happened, and they know exactly what's happening. They saw it all, they were a part of it all, and they might have even instigated it all, but then they walk out of there and come right back real quick like, oh, what was happening? Why is she crying? What is happening? What's going on? Oh, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Can you guys fill me in, because I'm not really sure. It's like, really? You just left the room 2 seconds ago, now you're coming in playing stupid like you don't know what just happened? You were a part of it. You were there. You caused the problem, actually. And I just feel like that was like an Amber Heard thing. Like that's what she did. She goes, Johnny, what? Nothing even happened this morning. You know that? He's like, nothing happened to you? Did something happen to you? I don't think so. And he's like so ticked off. And I like totally get it. Like I could totally play out that whole scene in my mind and like fill in all the blanks of like, you know, common sense stuff that you've seen in your own family. Like, dude, he just stubbed his toe or stubbed his finger that's been bleeding for 6 months or whatever. He's just ticked off, throwing cabinet stuff around, and throws the glass because he's like, how can this witch possibly be like antagonizing me right now, acting like nothing happened? Because she loved to do that. She loved to downplay their arguments and be like, what? Nothing? I don't know. What? That never happened. I never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. And she did a lot and like made him feel crazy because he's like, dude, I watched you lie. no, what? You haven't even told me what I lied about. And like her fighting is like that. So can you imagine you're like hitting your finger or something, which I'm totally speculating there. I don't know if that actually happened, but that's what it looked like to me in the video, because he's like yelling at himself. Like she's just over here in the corner starting the recording thing. He's just over there yelling at himself. You know what I mean? Like it just looked like the moment where I smack my finger stupidly on something and I'm embarrassed of myself, and then I get like way more angry at myself. So, yeah.